that true voice capabilities go above and beyond existing interfaces because they surface data that is otherwise inaccessible. Cue the storm. If there's some feedback through this mic, apologies, because it is. The storm is coming. Yesterday I spoke to Bobby Bryant, who's the CEO and co-founder of DOS. DOS is a digital assistant that specialises in helping people find property. During the course of the conversation with Bobby, one of the questions that I asked is, what is the DOS value proposition? And something dawned on me during that conversation that Bobby said that made me realise the value of voice user interfaces, and it's not what you think. Think about what a voice user interface or a voice assistant needs to be genuinely useful. It has to have access to relevant data. Alexa would be useless if it didn't have access to data. Data that answers your questions, data that can tell you the weather, data that can communicate recipes, etc, etc. Music. But then you look at some of the products that are being used with voice technologies like Disruptel, who we're having on the podcast next week, and you think the ability to be able to ask your TV a question about what you're watching is powerful, and it's the voice capability that gets the attention, but really it's all about data. You need to be able to have the computer vision that can actually parse what it's seeing on screen and then tie that to the data behind the scenes that will allow you to actually find the exact car that James Bond is driving when you ask that question. And the same is true for Bobby and DOS. A voice user interface on top of a normal retail search tool is kind of just the icing on the cake. What really makes a digital assistant really useful is it being able to answer the specific questions that you ask. In DOS's case, that can be, find me a house that's 10 kilometers from the beach and close to local schools and has a white kitchen. While some people might think that voice assistants are gimmicky and that voice user interfaces are just trendy layers that you can put on top of existing solutions, the reality is that true voice capabilities go above and beyond existing interfaces because they surface data that is otherwise inaccessible. And that, arguably, is the true value of voice, but is also where the challenges lie. Getting access to that data, making it available, and then surfacing it in a natural, humanised, natural language interface is easier said than done.